What's up, YouTube? So before we get started, we're going to be checking out the Herd with Mr. Colin Cowherd. He's going to be going over a couple subjects. The first one is going to be over the trades in the NBA, Magic Johnson and the Lakers and the players that were put on the chopping block. And then I think in the second subject, they're going to be going over Dak Prescott and how should he take a pay cut to save money for more players, which is kind of like what Tom Brady does, So let's see what they have to say.
Friday morning, I woke up and I went on the internet and people were going crazy and headlines were unbelievable and it saved the season. The Lakers' season has been saved. They can beat anybody. They've come together. This team is for real. That is total, utter nonsense. So I checked my phone and I thought, well, who did they play next? They're out east. Sixers. And I thought to myself, well, what if they go get beat by 25 of the Sixers? LOL, they did.
So, Mr. Cowherd, it's not showing or indicative that they beat the Boston, that they are a championship team, or that they can play with anybody. It just shows that they have some potential. It shows that they can play, that they can, put them up with the best. But potential only means you're not doing what you want to do yet. It means you're not there yet. So I think that's what everybody's talking about. The Lakers aren't complete and utter scrubs like maybe the Knicks. So I think that's what people are talking about with the Lakers. But continue on.
NBA media, settle down. Individual wins in February are irrelevant. The Lakers are a completely average team, and that game didn't save any season. They're 1 star and 13 possible transactions. Kyle Kuzma's their second best player, and he disappears in games. He did against the Sixers. He does it all the time, and he's their second best player. And I know they're all transactions because I read stories last week where the Lakers were willing to give up every single young player. And I scolded the Lakers and I said, this is a big mistake. Do not get into business with the Pelicans like this. It will get ugly. It's a cautionary tale. When a team like the Pelicans has nothing to lose, be very careful about what you offer. They're just manipulating you, because the Lakers put out a list of 7 players and 5 draft picks they were willing to give up. All the players now know they're pawns.
Well, that's nothing new, Mr. Cowherd. Nobody's stupid. Everybody knows what's going on. Those players know their worth. They know what their potential is. They know what they've done, and they know what they're not doing. And so does Magic. So do the other teams. The Pelicans know, and so do the fans. So to have everybody's heads or certain people's heads on a chopping block, they know what it is. These guys aren't new to the NBA. They've been watching it since they were able to walk. They've been watching the NBA. This is what they grew up on. So they know how it works. They know how trades work. They know how they're playing. They know what their numbers are. They know their worth compared to an Anthony Davis. So it's nothing new. It's no surprise. Do you want it to happen to you? Nobody wants to feel insignificant. So do you want to be talked about, have somebody trade you? Do you want somebody to get rid of you for a better player? No, nobody wants that. But this is part of the game. This is just part of the game. So let's continue on.
An average team with one great player on the back nine of his career, though he's still remarkable. He's not as dominant as he once was. He's coming off an injury. Only one other player is a true asset, Kyle Kuzma, and he disappears in games. And I thought the trade and all of it and all the nonsense in the media confused an average locker room. JaVale McGee, Magic Johnson flew out to the East Coast to talk to the kids and talk to the team after all those trade rumors were out there. And JaVale McGee was asked by the LA Times what he made of Magic Johnson talking to the players about all the trade rumors that never transpired. JaVale McGee said, it felt good. How am I supposed to answer that? How did I feel? Tingly inside? I don't know. The reporter said, was it productive? Yeah, I got so much out of it. It's crazy. Deep exhale. I don't know what you're trying to ask. Yeah, either do I.
Well, JaVale McGee, he's not really worried about anything. For one thing, he has a ring or two from when he played with Golden State, which is where he came from. So, and his head's not going to be on a chopping block, most likely. So he feels okay. He's not worried about it. He's already been cut from a championship team. He's with the Lakers now. So, I mean, he's not worried about it. He's definitely not worried about it. But let's continue on.
Magic Johnson flew out to soothe his young players who are freaking out, which all young people, middle-aged people, or old people would do if they feel they're completely expendable.
You would feel like that, but once again, these guys are professionals. They may be young, but they know the deal. They know who's worthy of being traded and who's not. Everybody knows what they're doing. It's no secret. And this is where being mature, being a professional comes into play. There's no punches being pulled here. It's just a business. Out on the playground with your friends playing, a little pickup game, and someone's going to get their feelings hurt because someone got picked over them or someone else has been trading teams. You're professional. You're making a lot of money. It's just time to man up. Let's continue on.
Johnson talked about that meeting with the team.
Quit making this about thinking these guys are babies, because that's what you're treating them like. They're professionals. All of them. And this is how this league works. They know it. I know it. All deals are. A lot of them are made in public. We didn't make it in public, but.
Magic is completely right. And I would sure love to be a fly on the wall when you talk to the team about who's going to be traded, how it works. Just to settle people down, just settle the team down. Because everybody's riled up, everybody's wondering who's going to get traded. But like you said, everybody's a professional. It's nothing new. Everybody knows all the guys, the whole package the Lakers can put together probably won't be good enough to pick up Anthony Davis. And those players know that. It's no secret. But does it feel good to have your head on chopping block? No. But like Magic's saying, they're all professionals. This is the way it goes. And if you don't want to get your head cut, you better step up your game. Let's keep on going.
That's part of it. That's what happens, man. We got big boys here.
Did you?
And they bounce back. They're fine.
They're not fine. They didn't look fine yesterday. This is not about kids being babies. I'll say it again. Luke Walton is in big trouble. This is a confused locker room. And be very careful about doing business with people who have nothing to lose. The Pelicans didn't, dirtied up all the trade rumors, and manipulated Magic and the Lakers.
Well, I don't think you're going to be able to manipulate Magic Johnson. He's been in the game too long. He's been in the game too long. So I don't think you're going to manipulate him. But at the same time, you got to make that pull. You got to make that push to get Anthony Davis. And if you got to you got to dump out that whole locker room, you got to clear out the whole locker room to give them a deal to pick up Anthony Davis and be ahead of the game, then that's what you have to do. And as for Luke Walton, as soon as he found out that they were possibly signing LeBron or going to sign LeBron, he knew his head was probably on a chopping block. So it's no surprise to Luke Walton either. No surprise at all. And he probably already knew that there might be some drama between him and LeBron because they're damn near the same age. And LeBron's not going to take orders. LeBron's gotten coaches fired that were probably twice his age, let alone have somebody be his age and have him listen to them. So on the other note, I think the Lakers are doing exactly what the Cleveland Browns did when they picked up Kareem Hunt. They jumped on it before anybody else could, which is exactly what the Lakers are doing. You offer the house and get Anthony Davis before anybody else can. Just unfortunately, the Lakers weren't able to pull Anthony Davis like the way Cleveland Browns were able to pull Kareem Hunt. So it's all business and everybody knows what's going on. Everybody knows. Let's keep on going.
I don't blame the players. If you can sense your demise or the fact that you're completely expendable, that's tough for anybody to deal with. Some people are married, some have families, some are comfortable with their current employer. That win against the Celtics, take a deep breath, meant nothing. This is going to be an incredibly choppy second half, and Luke Walton, unfortunately, will take the hit. Let me shift gears to this. This is really confusing because I like this player. There is a rule in professional sports. There's two things you don't talk about. You don't talk about another player's wife, and you don't talk about another player's money. Oh, wait. Dak Prescott this weekend talked about both.
Nobody's wife makes as much money as his wife does either. So make sure we know that, all right? When Tom Brady isn't the breadwinner in the home, then that's a great problem to have. So in that case, he can do that. He can do his contracts however you want to do them.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, so I think Dak Prescott was definitely out of line there. You may want to talk about my money, which is bad, but don't talk about my wife and how much she makes or what's going on outside of football. That's off limits. That can, for some people, that can earn you a punch in the mouth. That can earn you a dirt nap real quick. Talking about my wife, my money, you don't know anything about what's going on outside of football in my household. And even if you think you do, you keep your mouth shut about it. So that can easily earn Dak Prescott a dirt nap if him and Tom Brady meet up somewhere. Definitely. And to talk about someone else's money, maybe you can go there as in, if so-and-so is making this much amount of money and I'm better than so-and-so, then I should at least be making this amount of money. I can see that. But what Dak Prescott did, I'll probably keep your mouth shut about that. But let's continue on.
Tom Brady's wife. First of all, once you get to $100 million net worth, $150 million net worth simply doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything. It's all about ego. Tom Brady has been restructuring his contract pre-Giselle and post-Giselle because Tom Brady is all about winning. Kirk Cousins isn't. Kirk Cousins is about getting.
Like I said, Tom Brady has been restructuring his contract for years to allow room to sign other players. Kind of like what Kevin Durant did, I think, for the past 2 years. Kevin Durant took less money to sign Iguodala, I think a couple other players, so there'd be room for them. But on the back end, I think he got more money for like a shoe deal or something, so he made it up outside, off the court. But at the same time, Dak definitely shouldn't be talking about another man's money. And Tom Brady is infinitely better than Dak Prescott. So you should definitely leave that alone. But let's continue on with what they have to say. I kind of got off track.
Thing is money. Kirk Cousins isn't dumb. Kirk Cousins knows that the more a quarterback makes, the less you can afford on your offensive line. Or
now I remember. So Tom Brady's been taking a pay cut so he can sign the offensive linemen, the big dogs, the best offensive linemen to protect them, the best receivers, pretty much the best, or the cream of the crop in Bill Belichick's eyes. If a lot of these other quarterbacks would be willing to take a pay cut, maybe they'd have the quality players around them to be able to get to the level of Tom Brady and maintain that level. Being able to go through Super Bowls consistently and not have to worry about free agency, this and that, or guys moving around. Maybe if they did that, maybe they followed the Tom Brady's blueprint, it'd work out. And at the same time, New England's, I bet you they're not exactly angry that Tom Brady will take a pay cut to sign other players. So it just points to Tom Brady being an ultimate player right there. Not only do you sacrifice and you work hard and you do everything you're supposed to do, but you take a pay cut for other players. That's unheard of. That's like on super GOAT status, even though I hate to say that because I'm a Joe Montana guy. But let's keep on going.
in your running game, both liabilities last year for the Vikings. Players make decisions all the time. NBA stars make a boatload of money with apparel and shoes. Therefore, guys like Kevin Durant best served taking a little less to win more and shaping his legacy. Dak Prescott.
Also, the NBA is guaranteed money, I think. I think all these NBA guys, and I think MLB, Major League Baseball, I think their contracts are guaranteed. In football, your contract's not guaranteed. So if you get hurt halfway through, you're not going to get paid. You won't get that money. Let's continue on.
Scott has all the data in the world now. He is saying he will not take a pay cut. He has all the data in the world. It is clear that in a salary cap league, the top 6 paid quarterbacks, none of them made the playoffs last year. Does Dak Prescott really believe that those 2 major endorsement deals, he's got one with yogurt and one with Campbell's soup, that he would have those if not for the Dallas Cowboys? Really? He really believes that? Does Dak Prescott believe that Zeke makes him better? That front 7 defensively puts him in better field position? And that Tyron Smith at left tackle has elevated his protection? Once data is provided to any American, then the choices are yours. Tom Brady has been restructuring his deal. He did it back in the Randy Moss days because Tom Brady's a winner. Tom Brady knew that if I take less, we can get Randy Moss, and we can keep he and Wes Welker. That's what Brady's been doing very early in his career. That's why he fits so well in New England. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if New England doesn't just pay Brady in goats, since he is one. This is not about anything, about a wife, about money. That is just an excuse to take money and hurt your legacy. There's something very...
Well, I can never complain about a player wanting to get his money to get paid, because you never know how long you're going to play. You never know when you get your knee blown out. You never know what could happen. And these teams will have no problem cutting Dak Prescott as soon as he has a bad year or something goes wrong or his arm's not as strong as he used to be or if anything can happen. These teams will throw you away. So I understand a player getting his money. But at the same time, you might want to find the even balance of getting your money, but still at the same time being able to get the players around you so that you can win Super Bowls. Get the Super Bowls. Then you get more money like what Tom Brady's doing. So Tom Brady's just a special case of, just everything working out just fine. Generally, if you're a quarterback or just any position, you want to get your money. It just so happens it worked out great for Tom Brady. He's going to Super Bowls. He has the luxury of saying, you know what, I'll take less money if you sign this guy, if you sign that guy. He has the luxury of saying that. And his wife is rich. So in order for that, it just worked out. It just worked out. Let's continue on.
Very clear that is happening. The 2 biggest stars in America right now in sports are NBA stars and NFL quarterbacks. And with both, we have decisions that need to be made by those stars and quarterbacks. We know that quarterbacks are better served, Drew Brees, a great example, of taking a little less. And since Brees decided to do that several years ago, the Saints' running game and offensive line and defense are significantly better. And it should be noted that Steph Curry made $42 million last year off the court. Klay Thompson made 13 and has virtually no personality. Kevin Durant makes...
See, like I said, you have to find that even balance of getting your money and leaving enough room so you can sign the players, get the players that you want. But if you want to get nothing but your money, I completely understand. Because that's what it's about. Nobody's going to be taking care of you in 30 years when your knees are hurt, your arms are shot. As we know, the NFL doesn't like to pay out to retiree guys, the guys that have CT and brain injuries. The NFL doesn't want to pay that out. So you got to get your money where you can, so you can take care of your family for generations. Like I said, Tom Brady is the unicorn of signing, and he kind of messes up the market with taking pay cuts and being able to sign other people, because generally you want to get your money. Like I said, Tom Brady is just a special case where everything worked out for him. But he does kind of delude the market of people getting their money and having teams say, see, you should take a pay cut just like Tom Brady. He's a winner. They still win. He took a pay cut. So why don't you do it? So let's just continue on.
More with Nike than he does with the Warriors. But those players know that nobody really watches the NBA from October to February, but they do.
And as for Kevin Durant, I know he took a pay cut, but I think that the Golden State Warriors have something going on to where they can sign all their players to some of them max contracts and some of them not. But the players that don't get their max contract, they hit them up in the back end. They help get them shoe deals or sponsorship or, Campbell's soup or all these other things on the side to make up for the money they're supposed to be making on the court. Now, I know that doesn't make up for everything because you want to get your money on the court and have your side deals, your endorsements, but that's one of the best ways I think that Golden State probably does it and will have to do it because I think Draymond's going to want a max contract. Clay is going to want a max contract. Definitely KD, Curry. So something's going to have to give, but it'll be interesting to see how they do it and what Dak Prescott's going to do because he made the playoffs and other guys didn't. The top other quarterbacks didn't. So he has argued to get his money. So whichever way he does it, I don't really have a problem with. But I don't like him talking about Tom Brady's wife and Tom Brady's money because you're not even on Tom Brady's level and most likely never will be. Well, I shouldn't say that because we never know. But carry on.
Watch in April, May, and June, and you want to be on TV. And you'll be on TV if you're on a team good enough to win series after series after series. So NFL quarterbacks and NBA stars, be it the wife or the shoe deal, know that career longevity and elevation is secured by not being, data now clearly provided, the highest paid guy.